Coming up on the forum, learn about the latest emergency planning resources available to people with special needs. And kindergarten isn't just for children anymore. Find out how a Norfolk elementary school is making sure the whole family gets involved on Human Services Forum, beginning right now. Hi, I'm Jan Callahan. Welcome to the Forum. Hurricane season began a little early this year, and we have the latest on emergency planning and resources for citizens with special needs. It's websites, phone numbers, shelter information, you name it. And please welcome, we have Sandy Herman, and she is with Care Connection for Children, which is CHKD. You're also on a committee with the Hampton Roads Planning District Commission for emergency needs, and Jim Reddick, who's our director for the Norfolk
Emergency Preparedness and Response.
I cannot get it right. Norfolk Emergency Preparedness and Response, and he is here to talk about the Norfolk specifics. And we also have Mary Donnie, who is our special needs coordinator for the Hampton Roads Planning District Commission. And so we have three people that are very well versed in what is going on and the needs of our special needs community. So Jim, why don't we start with you, since you are the director, and I'm not going to say what the department is anymore since I don't get it right,
Sure.
but we know it's about emergency management. Norfolk is entering a season that is always a time when people are on the alert, but sometimes we tend to get a bit complacent.
Sure.
And what things are happening when it comes to our special needs population? Is Norfolk looking at this population more closely?
Absolutely. There's a lot of things going on at the local and regional level, and actually even at all levels of government. The focus is on disaster planning inclusive of the whole community, not just the able-bodied, not just one particular community. It's everybody, and that's our mission with the city, and certainly working with our partners to make sure that we're addressing all the needs.
Okay. The idea of addressing special needs is not new, but it is starting to gain some momentum in the region. Would you say so, Mary?
Yes, yes. We have a registry that people can sign up on. Citizens of Norfolk, if you have a minor medical issue or a functional need, such as maybe you need assistance with daily living, brushing your teeth, getting fed, getting dressed. And so we have a registry that you can go to, and it's in order to let people like Jim Reddick know what you need. So when there's an emergency and you go to a shelter, we're prepared when you walk in the door for you to arrive and what assistance you may need.
Well, and that's got to be it must feel wonderful to know that you have something like that at hand, and people who don't know it are going to find out. Sandy, you've been involved with this type of program for quite some time. Special needs are myriad, and you can probably list a few things that people might need to consider, and with children in particular.
Yeah, at Care Connection, we provide case management for children with special health care needs, and so we assist them in trying to register, in trying to get prepared so they're ready for an emergency. We want them to be individually, personally responsible for the preparedness, and obviously as a family member, I'm a parent of a child with a disability. It becomes, globally important to make sure that that type of preparedness happens, so that when they, are prepared and have to go to a shelter or whatnot, they know that we're coming. In essence, they're prepared and know what kind of resources we would need.
Okay. Give us an example of some resources that people might need for the population that doesn't necessarily think about those things.
Well, and I'll use my daughter and many of the children that we provide case management to. She's dependent on electricity. So knowing that the shelter needs to be aware of that, so that we know when we go to a shelter they have a backup generator. She needs water for some of the equipment she's on. While we would take water, they would want to know that. They would want to know the type of power we're going to need, how many outlets. things like that. If she has supports, we would obviously try and bring supports, but making sure that they have those resources available for her. You know, we would do the individual preparedness. It would be incumbent upon us to make sure that, you know, we gathered our medicines and water and things like that. But when we walked into a shelter, we would want them to be accessible and have outlets that we could plug in and things like that.
Okay, so it goes both ways. I mean, it's not just what
Absolutely.
they can do for you, but what you can do for them.
Sure.
And that is something truly that the city has looked at in Norfolk. Tell us a little bit about what we do have.
Well, actually, the first thing that we've done is conducted an internal audit of exactly what services we're providing or not providing, and we base that on the Department of Justice's guidance for local governments, along with the ADA, and again working with our partners, because Sandy's exactly right. It's a two-way conversation. We can't do it alone and even think of all the things that may be required in a sheltering situation. So working with our partners and including them in our planning and training and exercises, that's how we get a true idea of what we're dealing with. But it's also critical that folks register on the website, because if they don't, we don't know who's in our community. And we don't want to find out after the events already began. So at least from a planning perspective, we can find out what resources we need and try to use it operationally as well, and get a hold of those folks before the event.
Okay, on the screen we have a number for our emergency services, as well as the website. On this website, and any website you see, will be an icon or a link to this registry. It is a voluntary registry.
Correct.
It's not something you have to do, but when you think about what it can provide, it's very, very important, and very important that people know it exists, particularly if this may be the first time that you've had to prepare for an emergency, or to make sure you're ready for this kind of a situation, that this is available. Mary, the registry itself, as I said, is voluntary. What is involved in signing up?
Well, it's very easy. We try to make it easy as possible. You have 3 ways to sign up. You can sign up online by going to hrspecialneeds.org. You can call us at the Planning District Commission. The number is 757-420-8300. Or you can pick up our brochure. We try to have them out and about in the community at doctor's offices all over, CHKD, hospitals, etc. And you can fill this out and mail it in to us, and then we put your information on the registry, and then we call to verify the information you've sent in and make sure that we're reading everything correctly. And then we send that, we push a button literally, and we send that information to each of the localities, including the city of Norfolk, if it's a resident of Norfolk. And then Jim has that information to begin planning, so that he constantly can look and say, okay, you know, we have a lot of folks who need insulin that needs to be refrigerated. We need to maybe think about how many refrigerators we might need at a particular shelter or something like that, or a generator to support that refrigerator, things like that. It's all about planning. It's all about numbers, really.
Yeah, it is, and it's so important. And when you think about just that, well, the beauty of it too is just that you've got this information, you really are able to plan to the best of one's ability for an emergency, since we really never know what's going to happen. But having that at hand is important. So has this required extra time in planning?
Sure. Oh, yeah. But we're not in it alone. I mean, it's a great collaborative effort throughout the region. I mean, we meet as a subcommittee to bring in all the appropriate stakeholders and talk through and develop plans and templates so we can be consistent in our planning, address the most recent guidance, and make sure that we're all on the same page.
Okay.
So it's more work, but it's shared. I mean, we get a lot of value out of that.
Okay. My understanding is that some shelters may have the types of needs addressed as, and so they would be the ones that would be highlighted for people that may need a place to go, or facilities that may, I don't know about nursing homes and the such, that may differ depending on the locality you're in as to where you might go. But all of that would be something you would have information on when.
Right. We would communicate that at the onset, well, not actually before the onset of the storm, as far as which shelters would be open and which ones would be medically friendly and the like.
All right, and this goes for all ages. You know, Sandy, you mentioned the CHKD Care Connection. They have on your website this emergency preparedness for families of children with special needs, which is quite
Comprehensive.
Yes, it's got a lot of information in it. That's very, very good. And people can get a hold of that online?
And while it's identified for children in particular, it's very applicable for children, adults. It's got some forms in the back that you actually fill out. So if they go onto the CHKD website, they can get it. It's actually on the HR Special Needs website. So learning about emergency preparedness and planning is important. And there's a video right on their website, and gaining all kinds of access is really important.
Yeah, the video is excellent too, and it does actually interviews a couple of people, one of them being you, Sandy, but another is a gentleman who has a caregiver, but he recognizes and talks about some of the things that he may need that, you know, as an individual, he's, you know, it's got to be addressed that maybe some folks would never even think about.
Right. And at Care Connection, we really try and help families become prepared. We try and help them understand what they're going to need, because walking into a shelter, it's not inclusive. It doesn't have, as Jim's identified, all the things they need. And so we want them to be prepared if they need to walk in. And when they register, they get access to their emergency planner information, and they can call them, and they know and talk through issues that they might have.
Okay, so beyond the registration, there is communication beyond that.
Yeah.
Sure, but right, but it's also important, like Sandy was saying, is being personally prepared, having a support network, and I mean, for the whole community, everyone having a kit, having a plan, staying informed. Don't rely solely on the government, because we'll do what we can with the resources that we have, but I wouldn't base life or death decisions on those capabilities. Make sure that you have a plan and know exactly what you're going to do.
Okay, great. So we have phone numbers that you can call, websites you can go to, links you can go to, and forms you can download. The communication aspect, again, certainly by going online, but beyond that, making sure you do register, or a loved one or whomever it is you are caring for, so that they are as prepared as you are, so when the time comes, then you may have to leave, or you may have to even stay where you are.
Right.
You have some sort of link to the community, and that's crucial. So what's next for the Hampton Roads Special Needs Registry? This has been in existence for...
It's about a year and a half.
Okay.
We just want to really now deepen our outreach efforts, such as being on your program, and just make sure that everyone in the community knows about the registry. So again, as you said, that they can sign up if they feel that they have that medical issue that may need to be addressed, or a functional need of assistance, you know, during an emergency. So we're just trying to get the word out every way, because we really want to build the numbers. Because it's through the numbers that Jim and his counterparts across the jurisdictions and localities in Hampton Roads will have best information to do their planning and to be prepared.
Okay. HRSpecialNeeds.org is the website if you want to go directly to it. Special needs can mean a number of things. Certainly prescription medications are a big part of it too, and that is important to prepare for, because you know you're not going to be able to call up your pharmacist at the last second and say, I need
Right, and you touched on a very good point. I mean, it could be prescription medications all the way to somebody being on a ventilator, you know, that may be portable or backup, and that's why it's really important for them to do their own personal emergency response preparedness type of information, making sure it's given to all the caregivers so people know where they are.
Okay.
And if they don't have access to the website, obviously they can call the planning district, they can call us at Care Connection. We'd be happy to send information also.
Great. So the resources are there. And Sandy, Jim, Mary, thank you for coming on and explaining a little bit about what each of these aspects are about and how important it is. And remember, it is not just about what the government can do for you, but what you can do for the government. So we all have to work together in order to stay safe. Thanks for joining us. And when we come back, Norfolk's first kindergarten kickoff yields a big payoff. Find out where and why this could be the beginning of a beautiful relationship.
Have you heard? The U.S. Treasury is phasing out paper checks for Social Security, VA, and other federal benefit payments and going electronic. If you currently receive federal benefits by paper check, you will need to switch to direct deposit or to the Treasury recommended Direct Express Debit MasterCard. If you plan to apply for federal benefits soon, you'll want to decide which electronic payment option is right for you. Visit godirect.org to learn more or to make the switch today.
Getting your son or daughter ready for their first day of school starts well before Labor Day. While they're polishing their alphabet and counting skills, you as parents have an important checklist of your own, and it begins with pre-registration. Sarah Sturtzing is Early Childhood Programs Coordinator for Norfolk's Ready by 5 program. Dr. Alana Baltazar is principal of PB Young Senior Elementary, and Sarah Bishop is the Director of Education Initiatives for the United Way of Southampton Roads. All of these people are in organizations that are working together to get parents involved, and that can really create some good things. So thanks for coming to the show. What you're starting here in Norfolk is a first for the children and the families and the schools. And Sarah Bishop, you had mentioned just before we went on that, you know, this is about a partnership. It's not about public schools.
It is a partnership. We certainly know we have quality administrators and quality teachers, and they need support. Kids come to school with a lot of deficits, with a lot of needs. And we've thrown a lot on the teachers and administrators' laps to solve. And it's wonderful when you can get a city of Norfolk that is very responsive and hires a professional early care and education expert. And United Way steps in with their resources and says to a principal and to the teachers, what can we do to support the kids so that the outcomes for all of us are going to be better.
Okay, great. And that principal is Alana Baltazar, Dr. Alana Baltazar. And you as principal of PB Young Elementary, you see the need, certainly.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Daily.
Yeah. So what is it that kids that are, what, pre-K, kindergarten, they're just getting into school, and for some of these children, it's maybe the first time they've been in a school environment at all. So it's a socialization process too.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what are some of the most important things these kids need before they enter a classroom?
I think it again starts at the home, and again when they come to school we have to connect so that we're on the same page, and I try to ensure that the learning environment is conducive, that my teachers feel supported, and that the children feel when they're away from home that they're in the same type of environment, and that takes all of us being on the same page.
It's a lot of work, but you have to have it or the kids tune out. Yeah. Yes. And being a part of this initiative too is says a lot about you and the school and your staff. And Sarah Sturtzing, you with Ready by 5 have of course a goal of making sure that kids are prepared as prepared as possible before they enter school. Absolutely. So that they can succeed later in life. And it does start right there, doesn't it?
It does. Well, it starts at 0.
Yeah.
But we want to work with the families and work as a community partner with the United Way to help support Norfolk Public Schools and work with wonderful principals and her team of great staff over there who already are doing wonderful work, and we're just trying to build the bridge into the school and out of the school, back out into the community. We want it to be an open place, and we had a very successful event with our kindergarten kickoff program a few weeks ago, and we saw that it works. So
yes, and we had some pictures that we took of some of the kids and some of the parents. I don't know that you can see them too well. Maybe we can move a monitor around. We'll be able to show them. One is a young man and his son, who is a younger man, who was there. And we noticed at the event, and this is the principal of Booker T. Washington High School, who came and spoke to the parents. These the dads that came to this, who were invited, they showed. Yeah, which was really great. And the kids seemed thrilled to have them there. Absolutely. Okay, we've got, there's the hallway.
It was a great experience because the kids got to actually go into classrooms with their parents, meet their teachers, walk the halls. There were older brothers and sisters there who were sort of showing off the school and pointing things out, showing us the school as well. So that was kind of fun.
Another major message was having the elementary school principal, Dr. Balthazar, invite the high school principal. And Kevin Monroe came in, principal of Booker T. Washington High School, and said, I want to welcome the class of 2025. What you parents do now will make a difference. And I never see a child fail school who's had parents who cared. Pay attention, ask a lot of questions. I can't wait to see your kids in years from now, but work hard in this school. And he called them the class of 2025. What a great way to say, this is what we expect of you.
Yeah. I think it's amazing that you can pull this together when you have a bunch of children. That's a lot of energy. That's a lot of distraction.
Yes.
So what did you do in this program, on this particular kickoff, to keep things, well, keep the chaos under control? Because I know that it's got to be a real challenge, but you did it.
Well, I think we had the professional expertise of people who work with them every day, but we also had stuff. When the children entered the school, each one of them got a T-shirt that identified them. The United Way had an amazing photographer, so
great.
each child got to step aside and get their photograph taken with their nameplate, and every child got a bag. And throughout the tour of the school and to the classrooms, there was a program for math literacy and reading, as well as the social emotional program. So they went to a mini class for about 10 minutes in each room, and as they exited that room, they got a pile of goodies, all items purchased from the dollar store, because we were trying to show parents that you don't need to go to TAPS and spend a lot of money. You can actually find items in the dollar store or in your own home. We put together simple things like this fabulous dry erase board that we created with a paper plate.
That's a plastic plate, though, right?
It's a plastic plate. I'm sorry.
Dry erase,
of course,
huh?
it was
So that
on paper.
works. Neat.
But each of the teachers also created some things for the kids to teach counting and word identification, and it was a great success, and it was a lot of fun.
So it was short and sweet, kept people engaged for a
I believe in
decent
an
length of
hour and a
time.
half agenda.
Wow.
And everything I do, I don't think you need to hold people hostage.
Okay, for all you meeting planners out there, she has spoken. So, and Sarah, I know you had talked about this calendar, and how neat that was.
The evening was a tremendous success, and you're right. We had a lot of dads there, and I think it's unusual. It doesn't happen in other schools, and I give the school a lot of credit for growing the dads. The evening event was a one-time thing and very powerful. The message was, parents, you've got a job to do, and we had paperwork in there to make sure parents knew what they needed for their children to be signed up for on the first day of school. So parents got literature on what it takes to sign a kid up on time, because Dr. Balthazar said part of the problem in our school is kids come the first day of school and don't have all the paperwork done. Oof. And the academic programs really don't start until October, because kids have to get doctor's appointments and they've got to get immunization. So if we can drive that during the summer, her teachers are ready to go the first day of school. We want the kids ready to go. But also, what we said to the parents, this is not a one-night event. Every single day, do something with your child. And we gave them this calendar. And in the calendar, you can open that up. The month of August, there's an activity every single day you can do with your child. Fun, easy, but prepares them for the staff at PB Young's. For example, counting Cheerios, finding all the letter R on a magazine or on a billboard or on a cereal box. It gives families and children fun things to do, which look like fun, but prepare a child to be ready for the teachers that are waiting for the kids.
Play is work. Work is play. Yes.
Dr. Balthazar, the whole idea from the administrative standpoint is that you have a lot to account for as well when these children enter school, and if they're not ready, that really can delay a lot of whatever is being planned for the school year. So what are some of the things that parents need to consider before they get that child in school the first day?
First, I just always welcome them. We're right in the community. We keep the doors open all year long, and we put signs out as well as something on the marquee. Just come in and take that school tour to make the environment, comfortable for the child. I also think it's another big deal for them to schedule appointments early to know what supplies will be needed. That way, if we need to, give something we have that they don't have, we will have that for them there, and to try to come in and meet the teachers.
Okay, meeting the teachers is another very important thing. That's a big connection that needs to be done, because they can't do it maybe on a kickoff, but they can certainly find out what a classroom looked like and
And
what a teacher might
kindergarten
do.
now is a much different place than it was
Really?
when we were all kindergartners. They're expected to know more. They're expected to be, you know, already ahead when they walk in the door. So if they haven't prepared, you know, prior to entering on September 1st, it's going to be a gap that's just going to widen throughout the year. And we know that children who aren't ready by kindergarten, that gap is going to widen all the way to third grade and beyond.
And I'll give you one very positive consequence of our first meeting with Dr. Balthazar and with her pre-K teachers and kindergarten teachers. The pre-K teachers said, we really need to do something in the summertime because there's so much slippage. They call it the summer slide or summer slippage, where children lose some of the skills they had during the school year. And they said, boy, if we could just have a summer camp for kids. And so Sarah Sturzing and I left and we said, what would it take to do the first summer, we call it kindergarten jump start or something. We were looking for a fun name. What would it take to do a summer camp to make sure kindergarten kids come in prepared? So we're trying it this year.
Oh, good.
United Way dollars, some city dollars, and the pre-K and K teachers have put together a program that will take those children entering kindergarten and give them a jump start.
You know, that has to excite everybody. I mean, the moms, the dads too. I mean, it's a relief to know the kids are engaged, but also just to get excited for them because they come home knowing something new and being able to share that interaction. That is one that I was lucky enough to be with them, and I took some of the photographs during the event for the kickoff, and I was impressed by the energy. But that's why I mentioned it. It wasn't total chaos, but you know, the kids they really responded to your wonderful teachers, and the activities, and the parents were great, and you know, to watch them listen to what you have to say and occasionally go settle down, but you know, but that's kids, you know, you have to let them be kids. But in that kind of an environment, it was just wonderful to see.
It was wonderful seeing some light bulbs go off too, especially in the literacy program. The teacher said, you know, all parents think their child know their ABCs when they can sing the ABC song, but in fact they don't. They can sing the song, but if you ask them to look up at, you know, the row of alphabet letters and identify specific letters, or if you mix up the letters, they're not going to be able to probably identify those.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of really, there's skill building that needs to happen, you know, before they ever walk in the door, and we all just want to see success for all the kids in Norfolk and being prepared. So we hope that this will cast some die, and hopefully we'll have this citywide
Great.
years to come.
Well, we wish you the best, and summer camp sounds like fun. I'll be there.
Good.
All right, thanks for joining me, and thank you for joining us. We'll see you again next time. Bye.